All right, our final presenter for this session is our special guest, Jacqueline Gonzalez. Jacqueline Gonzalez is a survivor of intimate partner violence. She's a mother of 4. She works in the restaurant and food service industry, which was greatly impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Due to pandemic safety restrictions, Jackie and her children lived at the East LA Women's Center shelter for nearly a year. Today, with a new job, Jackie is living proof that with persistence and faith, it is possible to overcome the most challenging hardships and create a better life for her family. So Jackie pre-recorded a video for us, which we're going to share with you for the survivor perspective on IPV and COVID.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline. I would like talk about a little bit of my journey, what I have gone through ever since COVID started. It's been it was a really difficult time for me and my kids. I was in a DCFS open case. I was about to reunify with my kids. COVID started, the lockdown, close of schools, close of everything. I was with my kids. I went into the East Los Angeles Women's Shelter. They were helping me out in all the aspects. My kids, myself, providing for me and my kids at 100%. When I went into the shelter, I was working out with visitation with my kids. I wasn't able to do them or continue with them because everything was on lockdown. My social worker and the staff of East Los Angeles Women's Center worked out on an extended visitation with me and my kids. The kids got into the shelter. In order for me to be with my kids at 100%, I had to either continue my job or quit my job. And I always had to put my kids first on priority. And eventually I want to go to work because I was afraid of my health. I was thinking on many things of what about if I get sick? What's going to happen with my kids? Who's going to help me with my kids? Thinking about, ahead of all my things of my kids, I had to choose my kids as always, have my kids on priority. I was in the shelter with my kids for months, waiting for the courts to reopen and to take my case again and listen to my case. And eventually, it took a long time for me and my kids to reunify. For this, we had the court had set up another court hearing for September. I was okay. I was happy with my kids and the shelter, surviving what was COVID's life and the lockdown and everything was going on. For the month of August, I had a drastic change in my life. Everything moved real fast. I lost my partner, the father of my kids. It was really devastating. He was not in LA or California. He was in Mexico City. He passed away over there. And emotionally, I was devastated. My kids, they were devastated as well. I told when I received the news, I was at the shelter. Everybody supported me in that in the shelter. When they found out that what was I going through, emotionally I was bad. So as my kids, but the help that I received and the support from the people that I received, it was more than enough for my kids and for myself. They helped me through a lot. For many months I was in there, and it was a really bad moment for me and my kids. And as soon as my partner died, September came. I got my kids back. They were under my care. From September, they made another hearing for the month of March. For that month of March, I was able I was able to be with my kids legally, and it was just a roller coaster of emotions, being with my kids legally, knowing the fact that he talked to the attorney right before he died, and he was okay for the kids to be under my care, and it was just something positive that came into my life, and until now that I'm out of the shelter, they help me out with my housing, they help me out with a lot of things. I just couldn't be more grateful that every single time that they help me, they give me an advice and how to be a better mom. 'Cause I could have mistakes as any other human, but knowing that having faith in myself and being positive and try to pursue what I want, I could do it. I could do it, and just it was a really dramatic, eventually being on this situation of COVID. And I still remember and everything started. It was just like, oh, it was gonna be a flu or things like that. It was gonna get away, but not for a year. To be experiencing this until now, experiencing this of COVID vaccinations, having the kids vaccinated, and things like that is just it's really hard to even think about it. That we all have to be vaccinated now, just to provide more for our kids. And for myself, now that my kids, they only have me and I only have my kids. And I know I have to do it for them, for I could be a better, I could be good and they could be good. And I think transmitting all that positivity to my kids, that will help them out. And I think it was just a little brief, about my journey, about how everything started, what did I live during the COVID moment, the time. It was just really tough. And now me looking back towards at the beginning last year, it's just a lot of weight. I made a lot of changes in myself, positive, changes on my life, make a lot of changes, and we're here. I'm here. And I could say that I survived and we're here with my kids. I'm happy and my kids are happy. We're trying to continue the life and restore the life we had before to continue doing it right now. My kids are healthy. Thanks to God, my kids are good. They're, having their best of life. I'm having living with my kids. That's what I wanted. Want to be with my kids. I don't want nothing to be in danger with my kids. I'm providing what's positive environment for my kids. And, having cares for my kids, taking care of them. It's just the only thing I could do for my kids, providing what's the best for them. And I just want to thanks to everybody that, that put in consideration of thinking of me, of, coming to talk about a little bit of my journey. I really have thanks to Los Angeles Women's Center, to Barbara Campos. She's the one that, if this wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for her. She's the one that opened the doors for those shelter. Everybody, all the staff, I just want to be really thankful to all of you guys, each and one of you guys. A lot of people, and each and one of you guys knows who I'm talking about. And thanks a lot. You guys put a lot into this person I am now. I grow within inside and also from the outside. I know that there's negative times, yes, but there's also positive times. And if you put a smile always to the negative times, you're going to come out good in all the moments. Tough times, everything. I just really appreciate all the help and support until the time of now, what all of you guys have done to me and the help for me and my kids. Thank you very much.